Welcome to this video on SEO tracking tools. I'm going to talk to you about 4 tools that I love and use. 3 of them are free, 1 of them is not free, and I'm going to talk to you about what each one of them does and kind of what you can accomplish as you're tracking the success of your SEO strategy. So the assumption here is that you've done some work. Maybe you've targeted some keywords, you've built your authority, you've looked at some technical components of your SEO strategy, and now you want to find out how all of that work is performing. I typically use 4 tools that do a few different unique things for me. The first one is Google Analytics, and this is just a typical analytics tool. It's going to tell you how many people came to your site, how many of them were on mobile devices, how many came from different countries. It tells you a bunch of different information about the people that came to your site. That's an absolutely free tool, and it's pretty easy to embed into your site. You'll definitely want that right away after launch. The second is Google Webmaster Tools, and this gives you more of an in-depth look at some SEO metrics. So the SEO health of your site, how many pages are indexed or in Google's kind of library? What's your click-through rate on the search results page? What are your most commonly used keywords that actually drive to your site? Those types of things. The third tool is Open Site Explorer. You can find that at opensiteexplorer.org. It has a free version, but then you can also upgrade to the pro version. And basically what it allows you to do is type in your URL, and it'll tell you how many inbound links you have, links that point to your site, how many social shares you have, and which sites are linking to you, which ones are your top pages. It's all about authority. It's all about measuring your site authority. The final tool that I use commonly is actually a fully paid tool. It's called Raven Tools, and it tracks your rankings for any number of keywords that you put in. It tracks a lot of your health metrics over time. You can do keyword research right from the tool. You can do competitive analysis. You can do some more advanced things within Raven Tools. So when you're thinking about tracking, you want to think about 2 different things. You want to think about tracking what happens on the search page or on Google's page, and then you want to think about tracking what happens on your actual website. So some of the things you'll want to look at when you're tracking on Google's page. The first thing is, what keyword did someone use to find your site? So you can find that through either Google Analytics or Google Webmaster Tools. They'll both show the same data. Which keywords drove to your site most commonly? The second piece of information you'll want to look at is what your click-through rate was. So if your ad or your listing came up on Google, your organic listing came up on Google, what percentage of the time did someone click on yours as opposed to someone else's? This is really good insight because you can tweak your title or your meta description to become more appealing and kind of play around with some things to try to build up that click-through rate and have more and more people come into your site. The third thing you'll want to look at within Google's sphere is your rank, and that's what I use Raven Tools for. There are other tools that measure your ranking, and of course you can just check that manually. But you want to monitor your rank for specific keywords you care about. Once you get to your site, or once people get to your site, you'll want to track a few things. First of all, conversion. If you have a point of conversion on your site, maybe it's a sale or a lead form, you want to track how many of those came from Google. So then you can attribute properly back to the work you've been doing within SEO. Second, you want to look at your overall organic traffic. Make sure you're separating this out from your overall traffic so that you're looking just at the traffic that came in from search engines and not from paid, but only from organic. The third thing you want to look at is time on site. How engaged was the user? Did they spend just a few seconds on the site, or did they spend a lot of time on the site? This can tell you whether or not the search term that people are using is actually pulling up the page that feels relevant to what they're looking for. The final thing you'll want to look at is the actual path on the site. So Google Analytics will give you the opportunity to look at the path that a user takes through your site. They start at the home page maybe, then they go to the About page, they see something interesting, they go to a product page. That path is all trackable through Google Analytics. So those are some of the things you'll want to think about as you're building your SEO reports, analyzing your data to improve over time. Hopefully this has been helpful, gets you started, and if you like the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up, or check out some of my other videos on SEO fundamentals. Thanks a lot.